Here we go. And welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast. We give you insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. I'm your host, Chris Board, a best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. Well, let me first thank you for taking some time to listen to what I have to say. Your days are busy, and what I have to say, hopefully, is important to you. We got a great guest today, a superstar, Frank, with us. Thanks for coming on board, Frank.
Hey, thanks. Glad to be here.
So before we get started, let me just thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness. Most people lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things they love to do. Now, just some real quick housekeeping here. If you want to get a copy of today's broadcast or transcript or timestamp, whatever, you can head on over to yesfitnessct.com, scroll across the top podcast, and that will give you access to what are probably close to our 300th episode. Maybe you've got 300 episodes.
300. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
we're 293 right now.
Okay. Well, I'm
293
shooting
right
for 300.
You're shooting for 300, yeah. And you can get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found, Apple, Spotify, and so forth. So, again, Frank, thanks for coming on board with us today.
Excellent. Good to be here.
You have a great story, and I think people would like to hear it.
Okay.
So Frank has been with us about 3 months now.
Yep, 3 months.
He just received a 3-month postcard.
Got my card. Love it.
Something that we do here all the time, and I think Frank can attest to this. We try to really give our clients a lot of support.
Right.
And we like to let them know that they're doing well.
Yeah, it's
doing
important. It's important to get that feedback and get that push and get that little bit of love, you know, and it just makes you, you know, I come in early. I wake up, so it makes it easier to get up at 4:30. 4:30. I have my card, so it ggets me up.
I get up at 4:30 too. Not that I want to, but for some reason I just do.
Yep.
It's been 20 years, so
amazing.
what happens, right?
Congrats.
When you were working, did you get up that early too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I've always been an early riser, and just for work, and it's internal clock wakes me up, and I feel guilty if I sleep till like 7 because my morning's gone.
Can you sleep till 7?
I have to have a tequila hangover, but it's possible.
Man, I can't make it to 5:30 anymore.
Right. It's tough.
It's so hard. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed.
Right.
I'm up at 5:30.
And I find that as I'm getting older, that clock just continues. It doesn't stop. It doesn't wait. You know. Yeah.
So if you can think back a few months ago, what were the problems you were having before you joined Y.E.S Fitness?
Yeah. You know, getting to that age.
You don't look that age.
I am that age, though. I'm older than that 40 plus. Okay, let's just say that. But where, you know, it's hard to get up when you're sitting for a long time, and the joints hurt, and you're not sleeping well. And I thought, I'm too young to start feeling like this, and so I had to find the right place. So that was my goal at that time.
So you lived in the city, New York City. There's really only one city, right?
Correct.
And you've moved up this area.
Yes.
When you were in the city, did you exercise?
I did.
You did.
I cycled.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
Indoor
right.
cycle.
Yeah.
And I was an avid cycler. I cycled 3 days a week. And the one thing that I found is that, sure, all the health benefits, but it cleared my head.
Right.
And I found that when, for whatever reason, if I couldn't go, maybe I hurt myself or vacation or whatever, I'd get a little antsy because I wasn't, you know, burning that fuel. Right. And it was important. So it was an addiction.
How big was the gap between exercising in the city and coming up here?
It was COVID. So it was a good 3 years.
3 years. So how did you feel during that 3 years?
Oh my God. I packed on the weight, and as everybody else.
Right.
And I probably, I would say about 40 pounds, 45 pounds. And it was easy. And it was, you know, that going in, and then just the whole thing with COVID, you know, not going out, not doing anything, not being active. It was tough.
Yeah. Like, what did that frustration just feel like trying to solve this problem?
Well, I mean, that's the word. I mean, it was just frustrating. You know, I wanted to get out there and move. I went to some other gyms, researched, trying to find something. I couldn't find a cycle class anywhere in Connecticut that I liked.
Did you try some?
I did.
Yeah,
I tried a local one here, and it wasn't that same fix. it wasn't as serious. Those people in the city,
Oh yeah,
it's serious stuff. And so anyway, tried that, and then I researched some gyms, and it just, if I was 20 or 30,
right.
I'd probably go to those gyms.
Yeah.
But that's not my thing anymore. And so that's when I came to Yes.
So I had a quick story. Back when spinning first came out, I'm at a show, an idea show down in New York City, and it was like the first time it was being demonstrated.
Oh.
And I'm like, who's going to want to sit in a room sitting on a bike and spin?
A lot of people.
I said, this is ridiculous.
No.
See what I know?
Listen, I wish I would have jumped on that on the early stages.
Oh my gosh, was I wrong about that?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I personally can't do it. I like to be outdoors. I don't have a problem challenging myself and whatever, because I'll start riding my bike now, and it's around here it's hilly, so you're not going to be able to just go flat.
No.
It's a great exercise.
It's great, and I'm just that other side of the coin that you're talking about, where I am in my bubble, I'm in focus mode, and it's all just a challenge within myself. And for me, I started in the back row until I got better and better and better, and when I finally hit that front row, man, it was a great feeling.
So I got to tell you, like, group exercise can be a lot of fun,
a
lot of energy. So the last time I was in California, not the last time, a couple times ago in California, an ex-client, one of my very first clients, moved to California. And when I go out there, I'll stop and visit her and her husband. And she took me to a rowing class.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, how are they going to do this? How can this possibly be fun? Because I would never go in a gym and just row.
No,
I would never do that. But I could see myself taking a class like that a couple times.
Rowing outside?
No, it was indoors. It was indoor cycle class, like a cycle class for a row. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I couldn't see myself doing 2-3 times a week, but a couple of times a month, I could definitely see myself jumping in there.
That's
something like that. Yeah, it was a workout. It was a workout, and they keep everybody in sync, and then they let you go every once in a while on your own. So it was a lot of fun. So when you came through our door and you're checking us out, what was different?
Immediately, it was the conversation. It was the connection. Came in, spoke to John.
Right.
He's great. And, what I found great about it, Chris, was the inclusiveness. And it was just the vibe. I don't know. Some people always say, they can feel something when they come in. When I came in, I just felt a peace. Right. And I felt this is a place that I can do my thing here. So that's it. I mean,
and you've been doing it. I see. Were you going 6 days a week for a while?
I was.
You were going 6 days a week for a while. 6 days a week, and I had to pull in the reins.
Yeah. No.
Let's take a look at 5 days a week. It was a little bit too much.
Well, and I talked to one of the other instructors, Brenda, and she got with you because I was like, I think I'm overdoing it. Because I wanted to get in and I wanted to, get that feeling again. And when you've had a taste of that, you want it. Like I said, it's a drug for me anyway. And so I'm like, I'm going 6. And after a while, I was like, I think I'm overdoing it. And that's one thing, too much of a good thing can be bad. And so I was like, I need to dial it back. But I talked to Brenda and I'm like, I think we need to work on a schedule that's a little bit, more in tune with what I need. And, with you and her, and you got together and you massaged my schedule. Works out great. Yeah. So now it's just 5. I'm in for 5.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
We adjusted your days a little bit.
Yeah.
Because very hard for people to understand this, but you get in shape when you're not working out.
Right.
Recovery is when you get in shape. Right. And with the professional athletes today, we hear a lot of stuff on like for football and stuff like that. We used to go 2 days and hammer ourselves, stuff like that. Now they put pads on once a week, maybe. You know what I mean? It just, everything is dialed back. Like you just need to go hard, and then you need to make sure that you get in the recovery. And whether it's now they got everything, compression, hot tubs.
Right. Well, it makes sense because I was you spread out my semis.
Yeah.
So I had time to recover from working with the weights and all that sort of stuff. So my muscles could recover, come and do my cardio, my burn and all that, and then get back at it, later on.
I've coached you a couple times in the morning. And
Yeah, you
I'm not
have.
saying like I have. And
You're tough.
I will say, when you're a coach, you got to feel for what the client is, right? And I'm not going to say that I have people I don't like to coach, but there's certainly some people that I enjoy coaching more because you just know that they're just going to give you everything you got. They're going to be safe, okay? But were you in there when Todd was in there? I think you were in there when Todd was in there. I know. Anyway, Todd's my son's best friend. He's 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked out with him. I was coach one morning.
Okay.
And he didn't realize it. Like, man, if you're not getting tired, I'm going to get you tired.
Oh.
So I'm setting up
You
the
bring
weights
it
for him, and I'm bringing, and he turns around and I'm changing the weight to a higher weight. And says, so he leaves. He goes, "Thanks for the ass kicking, Mr.
Yeah.
Porter." But when you find some people and other people, you got to dial it back a little bit. You got to understand what they're there for. Yeah. That's why I loved coaching you in the mornings.
Right.
When I'm in there, I might be there this Friday actually. I might actually be in this Friday.
Great.
Yeah. Can you take us to the moment when you realize we are actually helping you solve your problems?
Now, yeah, that I would say that was probably 2.5 weeks into it. Again, this was like when I was going 6 days, I was going hard, but I noticed I was sleeping better.
Beautiful.
My hips weren't hurting, my joints weren't hurting, and I live in a split level home, and going up the stairs was like not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how when you give your body what it needs, how it will work for you.
Right. Yeah.
And it just started. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling better. I mean, it was immediate. For me, anyway.
I hear that a lot from people, and I think something that we do a little bit different than especially other private training, things like that. Well, they'll give you one session free. They give you one class free. I know that you give me 30 days.
Yeah.
That you're going to start to feel something.
Yeah.
You might sleep better. You might start to move better.
Yep.
You might just have more energy. Whatever it is, you might start to feel stronger.
Yep.
It'll take me 30 days to do that. It costs $89 to come on board with this for 30 days.
Right.
If at the end of those 30 days, you say, you know what, Chris, I'm not feeling it.
Right.
I'll give you your money back. But in 30 days, you can get a feel for our culture.
Yeah.
And I can know how to work you. Because I can't know how to work you after one workout.
Right.
I have no idea after one workout. Right. So, so a couple of weeks, I hear that a lot from people.
No, it's
beautiful.
Great. And I was just telling one of my workout people here, last season before just working out in the yard, I remember lifting, stuff, chairs, and stuff. I'm like dying. and then this time, spring's coming. I'm pulling stuff out of the basement, whatever, and I'm like, wow, it's just great. Yeah. I feel the results.
So talk a little bit about the community and the support here that you would get rather than just a regular gym.
Yeah. I mean, it's from all over. I mean, obviously from you and the instructors here. I mean, they really watch out for you, and they're really watching if you're doing a motion wrong, they on it. But I got to say, Chris, the other best part about it is the people that I work out with. I feed off their energy. I mean, this morning I came in and worked out, and I was, just like you have your highs and lows. I was having a low one, and Steve, man, he was was cranking it out. And all I have to do is, like, when I'm at that point, I can't do these ropes anymore. And I'm looking at Steve, and he's doing burpees, and I'm like, I'm not going to let him show me up, so it pushes you. And everybody has a positive attitude. And like I said, it's just the chemistry here, the thought process, the whole thing is different than any other gym that I've ever been at.
Something interesting. Another woman who just been on board with this for 2 weeks now, and when she came on board, she really wanted private training. She wanted one-on-one, and I said, we don't do one-on-one, and this is the reason why. We will do it, but you're going to pay me for that.
Right?
You're going to pay me a lot of money to do one-on-one.
Because if you're not, I'm going to sign up.
And 2 weeks into it now, she goes, you know what? I'm sold. I said, I thought I really needed one-on-one, but I don't. When I'm in that room, she starts to feel a little bit empowered now because she knows what to do. She knows the exercises, and the coach doesn't have to stand there and count to 12 or 15.
Right.
He can push you. They can see you, make sure
Right.
you're doing it correctly. It doesn't have to be that one-on-one. And that's when you start to get that community,
Right.
even in an individualized program.
Right.
That's what makes us different.
No,
That's what completely makes us different.
it's great. I love the semi workouts because, like you said, the instructor's there when you need them, but they're not over, all over you.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and concentrate, but then you have the energy from the 3 or 4 other people that are around you. It's great. It's a great concept.
Yeah. I can't take credit for it.
Oh, okay.
My business coach.
Well, it would have just been between you
Alan,
and me.
Alan and Rachel Cosgrove. Alan and Rachel Cosgrove are the godfathers of semi-private training. And when we talk about semi-private training, understand that everyone in the room is doing their own programs. Because a lot of guys will call semi-private training 3 or 4 people at one time, but everybody's doing something different.
Right.
And they say, oh, we'll modify so in case you can't do a lunch shoot. So it's not what it's like. Your program is really specifically for you. So we're proud of that. So what would you say is the exercise you hate the most? And I promise I won't put it in your program. Next phase.
I mean, listen, I don't hate any of them. I would say my most challenging one are the ropes.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just sometimes I feel like I can't get enough air. I always start with the, when we're doing the burn. And like this morning, John set up the whole thing. And I'm right there doing the ropes first because I want to get them out of the way.
Oh, I got you.
Because I can't imagine. Steve was right behind me. He did the ropes last. I mean, God bless. But it's like, I don't know.
I hate
just a
the
challenging
ropes.
rope. Yeah.
I hate the rope. I never do the ropes. I run my own program. I never do it. It takes me forever to get my heart rate up.
Oh my God.
No matter how hard I work. So I just don't do them. I don't really like what we would call get lean. I'm just
Really?
not. Yeah. I was just much like this morning. I ran 11 300-yard shuttles. I would much rather go out and run than throw a medicine ball. So when I do a get lean class, it is super hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not adapted to it at all.
Yeah.
The more adapted to it are you, the easier it is for you to get your heart rate up. For me, it's super hard when I do one of our classes.
You must have good knees.
My knees are
run.
yeah.
I can't run like that anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I cycle.
Yeah, that's why you cycle.
Yeah.
And do you cycle outdoors?
Not for pleasure.
For pleasure,
not for like
right,
distance or
right,
anything like that. No, those days.
I wish I could do it for pleasure. Everything we do is always got to be balls to the walls.
Well, good for you.
So I will challenge myself big time when I go out and cycle.
Do you cycle just in the neighborhood? Or
Yeah, so I live in Terryville. So what I do is I come across, you don't know Terryville, but I come across just into where Health Tracks is at. And then it's residential. I come up from like Greer's, which is the bottom of the hill in Bristol, all the way up to the top where Burlington starts.
So how
69.
far is that you're doing?
I forget how far it is, to tell you the truth. But it's very hilly. But being on the back roads like that, it's much safer. Like I'm not riding Route 4, 69, or anything like that. There are times where I will try to ride to work on a Saturday, but it's at 5:30 in the morning, so there's nobody on the road. I got flashlights and like that. But I like to ride hard. So what's your favorite exercise?
Gosh, I think my favorite exercises are, there's so many. I mean, my head's like kind of going.
Do you like strength better than the metabolic stuff?
I do.
You
I
do,
enjoy the strength more. And I think like I get that burn inside and I like that. I feel different walking out of here after that class versus a metabolic. It's interesting, but it's all good.
It is interesting because I would have thought that you would like the metabolic because you were
a cycle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but maybe honestly, Chris, maybe it's because that's something new for me. And that could be like I'm biting at that because it's different for me. I'm loving it.
Yeah. I certainly go through cycles where I like to lift and I'll lift, and then I just would go out and run. So I run. Right. Now I jump on my bike or whatever. Yeah. I go through cycles like that. Yeah. But it might be because it's new.
Yeah, I think so. But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So in your first 3 months, what would you say are the top 2 or 3 things that you've noticed that changed about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Energy. That's the number one. Feeling strength, stronger. I can do and lift and go, and sleeping better. I mean, those are the main things. I notice my appetite's not as big. Which is great. It's a nice feeling. And that's it. I mean, there's other little things, but those are the main reasons.
Perfect.
Yep.
So what would you tell someone who's on the fence about checking us out?
Oh man, you got to check it out. I was there. I was, burned out. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And all I would say is just come in.
Right.
You don't have to come in with any preconceived notions or anything like that. Just come in and look, talk to, one of your people here. And that's what I did. I came in with no expectations. Don't come in expecting this or that. Just listen. And if it fits you, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Because you'll notice, like, I always say we have great people to come here. We have a great community. And it's not right for everybody.
No, it's not.
Right? It's not
right for everybody. I'm sure it isn't.
It isn't. It's not right for everybody.
Right.
Some people want to be able to go and pick up weight and put them down, or they want to go get on their elliptical for a 45, and that's fine.
Correct.
But the people that come here, like, I've had people here for 26 years now.
It's amazing.
Like, they stay here, and
it.
It's like a real family. So I'm glad to have you part of our family, man.
It is a pleasure to be here, and man, I'm just looking forward to my 29th year.
Yeah.
If you're still here.
We'll be here, but I better not be sitting in this chair. That'll mean 30, that'll be 95.
Okay.
I need to be retired by then. No?
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. All right. Well, again, thanks for the time, Frank.
Absolutely.
And, I hope this helps inspire somebody to just get up and move, whether it's come to us or come somewhere else. We're all about just getting people exercise, get healthy, and so you can enjoy life. And, you look for us next Tuesday for more information on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching.